Keller Williams Command brings the agent operating system and the consumer operating system together seamlessly.
Command organized everything for me and put it in one place.
When you have dominion over what you've got at your fingertips, it gives you the opportunity to grow. I was always moving between these different applications,
but none of them talk to one another. And as a result, there's lost clients, which means lost dollars.
A spreadsheet for my finances.
We had 7 or 8 different logins.
A spreadsheet for my showings reports, for my listings, my price adjustments.
It was a big time drain.
Our goal is nothing short of reinventing how people experience real estate through technology and making sure that you're the owner of that technology.
We wanted to build a platform that would connect Keller Williams agents all over the world. This technology was built by agents, directed for agents, and ultimately created to make your lives better.
We really took time with each one of the applets, getting to know how it could help us in our business, and Designs was huge because it eliminated that Canva expense. We templated what is our brand going to be, and now everything is branded, it's succinct, it takes seconds to create new listing, under contract, just closed.
We use the campaigns dashboard a lot. Within the campaigns dashboard, we can send direct mailers out to neighborhoods that we farm. You just choose like an area, or you can say 123 Main Street, we want like 250 mailers to go out for just listed within a 5-mile radius, or you choose a radius. We also use the campaigns dashboard to set up social media ads and pay-per-click ads to not only be in our hyper-local area, but also farm outside to gain more territory.
The way people are shopping for homes has changed. Everything is social, everything is on the phone. So if you can't be on the phone and them have direct access to you as their agent, you're losing. You can tell a real estate agent built this app, and that's what I appreciate. If they find a property within the app and they want to ask about it, it goes directly to you.
It's a really great way of being able to connect with your client if you're using the same platform together, and I can see what they're accessing, what's interesting them, when they're clicking on things, when they're opening things. So it helps me also be more efficient how I'm working with my clients.
With Smart Plans, I'm allowed to set it and forget it. I don't have to worry about clients falling through the cracks.
It keeps track of things that we wouldn't otherwise think of. My clients' home anniversaries, their birthdays, the things that build that feel-good relationship with your clients, it automates. And so it makes those touches so much easier to keep track of and to make happen.
So what's really neat about Opportunities is that it will track that lead and that business through the process, not just track it in terms of steps, but also the math behind it. Every step of the way, as I get closer to a closing, I'm starting to realize those dollars. And as someone that knows pretty much every CRM out there, I've never seen this before.
For me as a team leader, I use the Opportunities dashboard the most, just looking at the numbers and seeing where we are. Conversion rates,
Average commission, we're tracking what our sales price is.
GCI, probable income, potential income, all those things are things that I'm looking at, and then ways to lead generate, ways to get more listings, ways to get more business within the team.
I can make smart business decisions based on where are we going to spend more money, where are we going to cut back, and it's all right there in one spot.
So like Gary said, when you know the right numbers, hitting the mark becomes the entire focus of the team. And so for us, when we want to know our numbers, we look at the reports dashboard to make sure that we're on track.
I could see what's on my agents' dashboards, but then I could also see how they're interacting. I could see where they're winning. I could see where they're not winning, and I could coach specifically to what it is I'm seeing. If I see a number of appointments being set and a number of appointments being held, but no listings being taken, and I have a tool that exposes that deficiency, what should I be coaching or training around?
Command has simplified our lives on the back end of running a team with a lot of moving parts and pieces and human capital. It's allowed us to go to one place to get the answers that we're looking for in almost every single facet of our business.
The cost per lead is ridiculously low. If I was spending $3,000 before, I can spend like $150 or $200 now. It's been like 95 cents a lead on Command.
One of our CRMs, we were paying as much as $2,000 a month.
I could take the money I was spending on a CRM and I could support another family by hiring somebody full-time into our organization.
We were able to cut our expenses by 50%. So moving to Command was just like a no-brainer. We can save money if we go to a free platform versus paying for one or two, right?
We
we've leveraged the technology within Command and allowed for that to enhance our business.
From A to pay, it just simplified everything.
You could tell that this was made for agents by agents.
What Keller Williams Command does better than any other system out there is it keeps you relevant and it keeps you right in the middle of the transaction, and it doesn't let any detail slip by.
Real estate is about helping people with one of the most fundamental aspects of their lives, home. And you are the expert they turn to. And not just when someone buys or sells, but before, after, and all the little spaces in between. So it can be frustrating when you don't have the time or technology to know when someone needs your help. And when you miss that opportunity, it creates a gap that someone or something else can step into. So let's close that gap and give you the time and technology you need to build high-quality relationships with more people. Let's join forces and demand our technology not replace us, but help us be more human, more present, more everything. Let's take Command. Built exclusively by and for Keller Williams agents, Command is your do-it-all, do-it-quickly, people-centric, less stress, more time, end-to-end platform to grow your relationships, your pipeline, and your market share. Whew! Luckily, using it is a lot easier than explaining everything it does, but let's give it a try. Organize, customize, and sync all your contacts. Group them however you want. Know exactly who to reach out to, when, and about the things they really care about. Send personalized neighborhood-centric just-in-time marketing materials in a snap. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Say, "Hey Kelly," and escape from your desk in the office. Add a new contact, log notes, and sync everything while on the go. Seamlessly and transparently source, send, and manage referrals through one of the world's largest and most profitable referral networks. Deploy an ROI-maximized ad campaign across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in like 30 seconds. Integrate the systems and tools you already use every day. Automate paperwork and background tasks. Access real-time revenue projections, end-to-end ROI insights, and goal tracking to get a bird's eye view of your business. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Command empowers you to be a better agent by giving you more time, more value, and more freedom. And best of all, it ensures you and your relationship with your clients remain at the heart of real estate, where you belong.
We don't get it right all the time. Nobody does. Sometimes we fail, but we fail forward. A couple years ago, we started reworking the Command app. We discovered that we had real AI all along. Agent intelligence. You told us what we did wrong, so we could work to make it right. And the only way to truly get it wrong is to give up. But we didn't give up. We hired the best to make the best. We kept building for you. We broke it down, we beefed it up. We went mobile, baby. And now that it's ready, we're not finished. Let our competitors say pencils down. It's not just about where we are, it's about where we're going. And we'll keep building the platform to go anywhere that you want to go. More time, more education, more contacts, more connections, more insights, more integrations, more on the go. More simple, more success, more results, more referrals. More leads, more listings, more leverage, more wealth. More human, more often. More MREA. We wrote the book on real estate, and now we've built the tech. A bigger and better network, so you could build yours. We transformed the technology from worry to works, from From bugs to business, from doubt to double down. This is where she who controls the lead controls the industry. Take control of your database. Take control of your leads. Take control of your money. Take back control and take command. This is now an app with a fiduciary interest. An app that makes your fight personal. This is an intuitive real estate machine that learns, corrects, improves, anticipates, just like entrepreneurs. Built for agents, by agents. This is pure Keller Williams, made not just to keep up with you, but make you faster. Take ground, take command. This is the place, and this is the technology, built for entrepreneurs to thrive. We did more than make it right. We made it us. Onward.
Whether you're a leader or agent, KW Command enables you to manage and grow your business through one powerful integrated platform.
A typical agent spends more than 60% of their time away from their desk. That means you have to be able to take your business wherever you go. The Command app makes it possible. When you are on the go, everything you need is right there on your phone.
You can access and manage your contacts, respond to new leads, prioritize daily tasks, and manage your opportunities, all within the Command app. Tasks are the backbone of your day. Within the Command app, you can easily add and manage tasks, then see a clear snapshot of what needs to get done when.
So your to-do list is always up to date and prioritized.
The Command app makes tracking contacts and leads easy. With built-in integrations for texting and calling, including Twilio and WhatsApp, you can effortlessly log a call or text, then instantly view it on your contact's timeline.
There is a reason Command Mobile has a 4.8 out of 5 rating in the App Store.
The Command app makes it easy to build, foster, and maintain relationships with your sphere of influence. You can assign a lead to a smart plan, add tags, and create notes, so you'll always remember what's important to your clients. You can manage your opportunities and always keep your pipeline updated. In-app and push notifications ensure you won't miss out on anything important.
Plus, the app makes it easy to manage read and unread notifications and to set reminders.
You'll always be in the know and ready for action whenever and wherever you get new info, like seeing who's requested a tour or who's inquiring about a property. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive.
With the Command app, everything you need is at your fingertips.
Command was created to help entrepreneurs like you thrive. Whether you're a market center leader or agent, KW Command enables you to run and grow your business through one powerful and integrated platform. We built Command around Gary's proven laws of lead generation. Build a database, feed it daily, and communicate with it systematically. It's all about being more human, more often, with more people. We want you to thrive in this market and capture your unfair share of every market. That's why we help you generate more leads for less. Using Command, you can upload your contacts and start a high-impact marketing campaign without spending a dime. You can run targeted ads across media channels, including Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, with just one login. In Command, you can create one-off listing campaigns or always-on recruitment programs with push-button ease. No marketing expertise required. You'll do in 9 minutes what used to take 9 hours. And at less than $3 a lead, you'll pay a fraction of what everyone else in the industry is paying. Save time, save money. Sold. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive. For streamlined lead gen, it's all right there. Friends, it's time for you to take command. Jason Abrams here. Everyone knows that I love to talk. It's a gift, but I also love to listen. We're having conversations with the best and the busiest. The biggest personalities making the biggest impact. The craziest and the coolest. It's about passion, strategy, and above all, it's about real, tangible success. This is the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Podcast, available anywhere you get your podcasts.
you very much. We appreciate all the efforts. I know it's been flooded in the other areas, but still you're here to join us. However, we will guarantee that your time here will not be wasted.
The world is changing globally in terms of the real estate landscape. So
I think we can all agree that change has happened in countries and many industries, and usually the way that change happens is by leadership. Someone has a vision for things to be done a different way and to lead. Really, the mindsets of Keller Williams, I think, is what that leadership demonstrates, and then the agents are then able to model and follow.
The world wants to complicate everything, including our industry. But what I love that you really clarify for me is that this business is ultimately pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. But if we put a person, a tool, or a system in place in our lead generation, person or tool or a system, or even all three in our lead follow-up, so it's systematic and it's always happening, then the ironic thing is that the service of your actual clients goes up. And then you know the business is coming because that's the engine.
In the past, I wasn't really purposeful much. I actually perform or do on a daily basis. But now, since I'm more purposeful, I know at what point be able to hit capper status.
So basically, you are now running a predictive business model.
Yes, that's correct.
Finding a real estate company that could back you up, it will be the most important decision that you would ever make in your entire life.
You don't feel that emotion, you don't feel that inspiration. It's not only that you feed your mind, but then after you finish that conference, you so fed your soul.
Leader is hard. This is what I learned. How can you help? It's not to get angry, it's not get emotion. It's just like you know your own mission and you know your goal. And we are just together equally to make it happen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Are you in the office? Sorry, didn't make it on time.
No, I'm actually in the apartment.
Okay, nice. So, how's your weekend? We had a very nice weekend and very, very productive. I think the guys also went on a picnic with Robert in Calatagan on the beach property.
Wow, nice.
Blessings of KW.
Nice. I don't get to go. I don't get to do all these things. I only get to go and go up to the office and go back to 100 West. I don't get to do all this fun stuff that you guys do.
You always miss the good dates, the good time.
Oh, I know, I know.
But Charles always gets to be lucky on those good timings, right?
I know. I know.
Okay. So we have a very, very interesting topic today, and I think it is more of the actual application of almost everything that we've been learning for the past few weeks. Theories without action will mean nothing, right? So, yes, and we're excited to know more about this today.
Right. So let me quickly share my screen. Give me a minute. Okay. Today, we're going to focus on one thing in our lead generation journey. And it's really a very, very critical part of your lead generation process. Because if you don't get this correct, or you don't focus on this as your core, challenges it's hard to build a sustainable business. And today we're going to look at working with METs. Now, what is a METs? Right? We're going to talk about who are METs, what is networking. You'll be learning something new called networking. How do you work with your METs? How do you get referral to your network? Not your network, but your network. And some final thoughts as we put it all together. It's a very simple concept, but sometimes I think we don't do enough of this. So let's talk about who are METs, right? Who is a MET? So in your database, as we follow through our series the past few weeks, last week we talked about those we have not met and those that we have met. So today we're going to focus on those we have met. So who are the METs really? METs are people that you met today, or you meet today in the appointment, or you get to know them from a referral, right? That's the MET. METs are also those you've known for all your life. Your family, your friends, your schoolmates, your good friends, or people that always pass business to you, your best friend forever. I call them BFF, right? A lot of times, all our METs are very important because they are the one that somehow supply us with the leads that matter to us in our business. I always tell agents, if you are in this business more than 3 years and 40-50% of the transaction is not based on a referral, then you got a problem. Because something is, you're not serving your METs, you're not serving your existing database in a way that can give them the confidence or the motivation to pass you leads or pass you referrals, right? So that's a MET, right? So if you go through my list here, I categorize into 4 categories of METs. Now, this is in the MREA book, okay? This is in the MREA book that talks about the 4 key METs that we need to work on consistently. Number 1, your network group. What is a network group? Individuals that know you because you have met them either in person or by phone, might do business with you. Your allied resources are a very select subset of your MET group who are in real estate related fields. So, who are the people in the industry that is not a real estate broker, but is related to the real estate business? Who do you think they are? Anyone got any suggestion, any thoughts? Who are your potential allied resources? Put in the chat box. Some people that are doing that to do business with you, but they are different. They're doing different things in the real estate industry. So that's the allied resources. Anyone got any allied resources that you can think of? Interior designers, exactly. Lawyers, right? Accountants, right? Right. Those allied resources. Then you got advocates. Advocates are people who not only have done business with you in the past, but will continue to do so in the future. They will actively bring people to you. These are your, I would say, your number 1 rated clients. Like, they are the number 1 clients that you will wake up every day, you remember their name, they remember you. Your advocates. Your advocates, it's very important. You got to have a group of advocates. So the goal is, when you service your clients very well, you put them into a system where you are always connecting with them and they become your advocate. They like you so much. They are very impressed by you. They feel confident and they feel proud to refer you to people. Right? That's an advocate. Then the core advocates. This one is not only they will do business with you, but they are very well placed, meaning they are of certain standing. Core advocates are potentially wealthy people, are potentially people that have a lot of wealth and have a lot of good network that potentially will open many doors for you. So the goal of a sustainable business is really to build this network. Now, you may have just met someone in your network group or just beginning to meet this person for the first time. But the network group eventually can be your advocate or can be your core advocate. Does that make sense? So the goal is to have as many METs as you can but bring them closer towards being an advocate and a core advocate. This is very critical because why? We don't think of our database that way. Sometimes we treat everyone equal. And that's where our challenge is. I highly encourage you to think about your database in a little bit more in-depth. Think about who have better opportunity to give you more leads, more referrals, and who are the people that really like you and be a core advocate. Because without that in your database, it's very hard. You're just building new sales, new people all the time, right? So I'm going to pause it for a while. Andy, anything to add?
Yeah, very, very important is what you mentioned, that if less than 40% of your business is not coming from referrals, then it's a problem. Why? Actually, it's easier to sell to somebody than to ask for referral, especially for high-end or high net worth clients, because if you sell to them, it's only their money that it's at stake. But then if they refer their special friend, their special client who they've built their relationship for many years and refer them to you and you mess up, then that will cost them maybe their business or their relationships. So you should be able to earn the trust first of your referrer to get a referral. And most of the time, if they trust you, if they have confidence in you, you do not even have to offer them commissions or incentives. If I like somebody, if I am very confident with someone and you're a specialist, you don't even have to know that I've been referring clients to you.
Yeah.
Why? Because I am very careful with my clients. I want them to have the best service. Sometimes I even refer clients to competitors, right? Because you know that they'll be taken care of better than maybe a friend who might even mess up things. So again, if nobody's referring to you, it's a sign that there might be something wrong.
Right. Or an opportunity for you to improve, because
Correct.
it's no longer about you being nice. Like being nice and being
Yes.
friendly is only one thing. Being competent is
Yes.
part. I would choose a competent guy over a friendly guy anytime.
Correct.
Anytime. So competency builds value and creates that advocate and core advocate around you. And that's what you need to do, right? As we build our business, we need to think about core competencies. We cannot just rely on having that being nice at PR with people or bringing out them for dinners and all that. Those are one part of it. But the competency part is the key. So competency is what I think today we don't think about, right? Because that's why if you don't have the competency level at a certain level or a certain standard, you won't build advocates and core advocates. Okay, let's move on.
Can I also give an example of the core advocates?
Sure.
Okay. Last Thursday, we did an event for the project, and I asked a friend who is a major distributor of wines and spirits. Okay. I said, I'll get your place exclusive, but can you invite your best customers, your best patrons? So we booked the restaurant or the place for exclusive, and he invited his best patrons, who are all restaurant owners, dealers, and their regular customers. He is not in real estate. These people are not in real estate, but they are very qualified and they are also very influential. That is, I think, what is meant here by core advocates. They're not real estate people, but you can collaborate because you cater to the same client. You provide to them the kind of project that you're selling, so they would know the profile that they'll be inviting. They will not do that if they do not trust you. Even if you pay them the booking of the restaurant, they'll say, okay, you book it exclusive and you invite your own.
Yeah.
But this one, they or he risked, but actually he was proud to invite his clients because they trust you, they trust what you're offering. That's core advocates.
Right. Awesome. Good example, Andy. So that's what we need to think about in our business as we move forward. Okay. So the question now is, how many mats do you want? There are no limits, right? Godzilla says size matters, right? So the size of the quantity of the core advocates on your mats matters a lot to you. So our goal is to build this as big as we can, as much as we want, so that we will get a consistent business. Why successful people are always consistent in their business and their transactions is because they have enough people in their database that's working on, right? So what's networking? Okay, there's this myth. If I build my own network, people will start to come to me, right? The truth is all businesses must drive their customers to them. So the goal is we need to work very hard to bring people into our business. We cannot wait for people to come and talk to us. Just like what Andy just said just now, he booked the restaurant, but he asked the guy to invite people. He asked. He has to take that step, that action step, right? So we need to build our businesses to drive customers to us and to drive our database to be bigger. So that's really networking. It's about building that. So Bruce Hardy on his network. Bruce Hardy is a very famous KW leader out in the US. And he talks about, he's very big about 8x8 and 33 touches. He said everyone he comes across was put into his database. Anybody he met today, anybody he met in the restaurant, someone that introduced him in the school, when his son goes to school, he will put them into an 8x8 and 33 touches. And these are his tools of maintaining contact. His current mats have about 4,700 people, meaning people that he has met before. He has 4,700 of them in his database where he's running an 8x8 and 33 touches. My question to you, how many let me rephrase my question. How many mats you have in your database right now? I want you to think about it right now. Just put the number on the chat box. Nothing to be shy about. We're all learning today. How many mats you have in your database right now? Put in the chat box. 100, 200, 300, 1,000. How many people you have met before when you put them in your database? Please feel free to put in the chat box. 10,000. Wow. When Benji means 10,000 people. Awesome. Who else? How many? Only 1%. The rest? What happened to your database? 350. Awesome. Didn't count. Anyone else? 60 now in command. Awesome. Yeah, so the goal is to add as many as the people that you have met before on the database, right? That's the goal, right? I highly encourage you to do add 10 per day, like add 10 people per day or add 5 people per day. If you do it slowly, 1381, thank you for being very precise, Leo. So add 10 to 5 to 10 per day. That's what you need to do. And then you put them on an 8x8 and the 33 touches. Okay, let's move forward. So why networking is important? Because these people choose to do business with you because they know you, they like you, they respect you, and they remember you. So remember this, guys. These are the few things that you need to think about. People need to know you, like you, respect. The word is respect. What does respect mean? Respect means they have high regards for your ability, your competency, and you as a person. And they remember you, right? So know, like, respect, remember you. Okay, why networking is important? The truth is this, it is not who you know, it's who knows you. How many people remember you, know you, like you, want to do business with you? That's your goal. So a lot of times we go into this mindset or this thinking that, oh, it's how many people we need to know, how many connections we have. You can have many connections. If the people don't know you, don't trust you, don't want to do business with you, it doesn't matter. Like if I know Andy and Andy doesn't trust me, that relationship is not a good relationship. He knows me, he will say hi, he will probably meet me on the street and say hi to me, and then he asks his friend, who's that guy? Right? He won't remember me, right? Because he did that to other people before. I remember, he said, who's that guy? They don't remember him, right? Because he doesn't know them. He doesn't remember them. He doesn't realize who these people is. Because why? They didn't do that important part in creating that networking, right? The networking where they are able to make sure that they know them, remember them, like them, respect them, right? So it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. Very important, not about who you know, about who knows you. A lot of times we think we have a lot of contacts that we can just call. But a lot of times you can call them, but they may not respond to you. Why? Because they don't respect you, they don't like you, they don't know you, they don't remember you. Right? So that's the 4 things that you need to think about, right? It's about who knows you, right? And you must stay in touch. The only way you can do this, you must stay in touch to achieve mind share. People remember you in other ways than more than an agent. They may remember you when they need help in real estate, but not remember you when someone else need help. So you must always stay in touch with them, always be always actively connecting with them. Social media, on your emails, on your messages, on your advertisement, the way you post your Instagram, you need to make sure that you still stay in touch with them, because this is trying to earn their mind share, active mind share, right? Okay, why is networking important? Because your mates can get you off the real estate roller coaster. So the goal is this: our business is always a yo-yo, right? So the goal is how can we consistently have more businesses? Is when we have a lot of mates that are able to pass us with referrals and able to connect with us so that we then can have more sustainable business. A lot of times I notice that our agents are very passive in waiting for business to happen. This is where the maths and the database is not put to work potentially, right? So this is where the opportunity is to put your database to work. Okay. Real estate is a numbers game, making calls through phone calls and visits to ask for business. Prospecting is important, marketing is important. We should be prospecting based, marketing enhanced, not the other way around, not high marketing, but low prospecting. A lot of times we like to just do marketing, but don't do prospecting because prospecting is tough. Prospecting is challenging. Prospecting is one-to-one connection, going to call them, talk to people, meet people, right? Where marketing is just you just lay a very big net and hope you catch something as you go along the way. I think both are important, but I will value prospecting more than marketing. Right. The systematic tools for networking. We talk a bit about 8x8, right? Cement your relationship in 8 weeks after you have made contact. After that, you do a 33 touches that will maintain relationship over time. The goal is if you put everyone in your 8x8 and 33 touches in your network, you'll get more appointments, more listings, and more sales. That's really the goal. You need to find a systematic way to do this. It's a proven system. The agents that do this at a high level succeed very well. Right, so 8x8 is a high impact, high saturation technique that's designed to put you in the #1 position in the mind of everyone you add to your Met database. What does that look like? This is an example. I'm going to pause and put this chart out there. I want you to look at this chart right now and tell me on the chat box, what's your aha? Or maybe Andy, you can give some feedback as well. When you look at this chart, what do you see? What's your aha? What do you see here? An 8x8 action plan. Now, this is just a suggestive plan. You can change your own as you go ahead, right? What's your aha when you look at this? Anyone? Andy, you're muted.
You try to see something that is common in all the 8 items on the 8 weeks.
Right.
Each contact is an offering of value.
That's right.
It's not just saying, oh, I have a listing, I have a listing. You see, like for example, in week 5, you send them one of your free reports and then send them a real estate investment or house maintenance tips. You see, it is the value that you're offering them. So they remember you not just as a seller, but then as a source of things that make them, that will help them or make them learn more about real estate investing. And not just, oh, sir, I have a property here for sale. Oh, sir, there's an open house. Sir, this, like this. It's all about giving value first.
That's right.
So you remember, people will remember you with the value that you're offering. And if you give something, you see, there is an instinct that it's, I think, called the principle of reciprocity. If you offer value, they are subconsciously obliged to return the favor. For 8 weeks, you've been giving them value, giving them value, giving them value. Somehow, at the back of their minds, they already feel indebted to you. Okay. So if the objective here also is to keep your name, your brand, your image, your reputation on top of their minds. So if they encounter someone who needs the services of a real estate broker, you should be the first one that comes to their mind. There should only be 2 brokers in their mind, you and others. Your name and others.
Exactly. So that's exactly spot on. It's consistent. Number one, I think is what Tess said here is true. It's consistent. Number 2 is value creation. You are giving value. You're just not being a salesperson by asking them, what do you want to buy now? Do you want to buy now?
Yeah.
Giving them value. But it's really consistent, right? Consistency, that matters. A lot of times we don't get consistent. We become inconsistent because we don't have a system. We don't think systematically, right? We don't think in a way that can help us just put everyone following the same plan. It's easy for us to do it that way. So this is what I would like to give you these tips here. Let's look at this particular 8x8. Take a snapshot, right? And then use it for your own business, right? You can change some of the stuff there, right? So 9 tips for implementing the 8x8. Put new mats on the 8x8 program immediately. Schedule mailings before your calls. Means send them a mail or send them an email or send them a message. Make your calls. Gary is very big about making phone calls. A lot of times, we don't make phone calls. I know sometimes it feels like scamming and all that, but send a message before you make a phone call, right? Always offer something of value to them, right? Schedule mailings and call on your calendar. Put that in your calendar. What time you're going to do it, when are you going to do it, right? So that you will implement it systematically. Right, modify your 8x8 to work for you. See the variations. What can you do differently in the 8x8, right? So upon completion of 8x8, put mat on the 33 touches, right? And every time conclude every contact with a request for referral. Take careful notes on each touch. A lot of times when we finish the conversation with them, they may not be ready to buy yet, or they may not be ready to sell yet. Ask for a referral. Do you have anyone else that you know that potentially could benefit from my service? Please send them to me. Can I have 3 names that potentially you might know that is interested to buy something in real estate or interested to sell something in real estate? Please send them to me. Ask for referral. Referral is something you need to ask. It doesn't come automatically. You have to ask. Okay, 33 touches. 33 touches is an overkill, overtime approach that will ensure you will have a year-round contact with that person with your mats. It means never have to worry that your network will forget you or that some of other agents will get their mind share. So the goal of a 33 touches plan is to maintain that relationship, maintain that connection with your database of the people that you have met, so that they will remember you, and when they're ready to pull the trigger, they will call you. That's really the goal, right? So a sample of the 33 touches, 18 touches of emails and mailers, right? 5 touches of thank you cards, 3 touches of phone call, 2 touches of birthday cards and birthday wishes, Mother's Day and Father's Day. So this is an example of a 33 touches. If you go to Command today and you go to something called Smart Plans, you can actually pull out Smart Plans that have 33 touches and Smart Plans that comes with 8x8. Use those Smart Plans. Now, some people say, hey, John, this is over-touching. I touch my client too much. Am I too touchy? The goal is there's no such thing as over-touching. There's no such thing as under-touching. The goal is that you need to think about your clients consistently, and you need your clients to think about you consistently. Therefore, this touching plan is very important to help you go through this journey with them so that they are ready to pull the trigger or they can get you more referrals, right? So the goal is this. build a system in your database so big and so systematic and so, how do I say, systematic at the same time is also interactive with you, so that you have more potential leads when the time comes, right? The value of your business is your database, and the quality of the database is based on how you respond and take action against them, with them. Okay, so how do you do the 7 strategies for success? Number 1, plan, just do it. Make it as simple as possible. Just do it. Delegate it to your team, delegate it to your system. Make sure that you call 3 times a year with all these people, right? These are your mates. These are people that you have met consistently. Call them 3 times a year, right? Write 3 handwritten notes after each phone call. Send it to them. Thank you note, I appreciate you note. Happy Chinese New Year note, whatever note that happens, right? So send 3 handwritten notes. The phone calls are very important because the phone calls is a high impact touch. It's a high impact touch. I can tell you, if you systematically know how to do this consistently, you don't have to be a great salesperson to make a lot of money. You just have to be a good system, maintain a good system that potentially bring you more leads to sell, right? So give value, always come from contribution, right? Give follow-up, give more follow-up, receive, give back. Be a giver, because by giving out more opportunities or more information or things of value, you will get what do you call that? More response and more positive response from your database, right? So be always in that giving mode, right? Maybe Andy, to talk about giving here a little bit. Andy, you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Just a what's this? Just a thought on this. Simple thought is, remember, in networking, there are what you call the radio networks, the TV networks. The radio and TV networks only work one way. It is broadcasting. It's one way. And what does it give? Do you think when they broadcasting is usually one way, right? So everybody listens only to one station, which is WIIFM, right? So what's in it for me? So if you are broadcasting also what's in it for me, then you will not be connecting. See? So this one's give, follow up, give more, follow up. Then you receive the feedback. Okay. So if you give, this is where they already feel the sign of being obliged to return the favor. Because if you give and you give and you give and you give, what is there that is very interesting for them to receive? Broadcasting or broadcast network only broadcasts 2 things: information and entertainment. Information, entertainment. Information that will help them, information that will save them, and information that will give them benefits. If you are the source of this, they will always tune in to you, and they will always welcome you. So just follow up, give more, follow up, give more. Value. That is what will make you different and stand out from all the other agents. Be a giver. Be a giver. I call it hug every day. You hug somebody every day. You help, you understand, and you give. If you hug somebody every day, you make them feel your warmth. You make them feel you make them feel your value. Then they actually, to the point that they will miss you if you do not call them, or they will already miss your messages. They will already miss your communication with them. So always come from contribution, giving. Why? Because most people have this idea of getting. So if they're in that mood of getting and you're in the mood of getting, you will never fit. Right? So that's the key.
Right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. It's important, right? Because I think giving is sometimes counterintuitive. It's not natural, but actually you can make that natural if you just do it consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Get personal. Anchor a mental association of your name and face with your touches. So telephone calls and pop buys are the glue that will hold your action plan together. So send pictures and posters of you, your team together, and so that they know what you're doing. So all these things are important, right? And Dennis says true, it is giving that we receive, right? That's true. So get personal with them, make sure that they know you, that your face is there, your team's face is there, what have you been doing, your family's face is there. Always important to do that. The mental association with you is very important, so that they know you as a person. They know you as a person that's going to help them when the time comes. They need to know the person that's doing all these things for them, right? So important to be personal about it. Have a Midas touch. Differentiate yourself from your competitors. Make a Midas touch special part of your action plan. So what's a good Midas touch? A very good example is events. If you throw events, for example, you throw events to thank your past clients, a networking event, that's a Midas touch. Events are very good for you to kind of lock in that connection better. For example, appreciation event for all your buyers who have bought from you. Build a list of people that bought from you for so many years. Of course, those people that you like, I'm sure there's some people that you don't really like, but those people that you like, bring them together in a event. The event can be an open house appreciation party, right? Do things like that. So those are special Midas touch. Book a restaurant, get everyone to be there. Do wine tasting, right? Have a whiskey night, a wine night, whatever it is that can create connection. Sometimes some of these things doesn't have to be expensive. It's just the heart and the thought that count, right? Bring a ice cream truck. I don't know whether you have ice cream truck in Philippines, but in Malaysia you have the ice cream vans and the ice cream motorcycles that brings ice cream all around. So you could consider making sure that you visit every single house that bought something from you that day in the past year. Send them some ice cream for their children. All these things are things that matter, that creates the kind of connection, and it creates the kind of wow, this is so special, right? The question is, how can you wow people? What's your wow factor, right? And it's always about your action and your connection with people. How can you wow them, right? For every single house that you sold, that you bought from you, what's your moving in price, or what's your moving in gift? That's a wow. That's a touch. That's some sort of Midas touch. So think about stuff that can give them a wow factor, so that they remember you and they want to send more leads to you because they felt that, wow, this is really money worth spent, right? So that's important, right? Be consistent. Put your plan on autopilot as much as possible. Set aside a specific time during your 3 hours to make contact, right? So every single day, be intentional and consistent in speaking to your database, right? Especially your bets. Make sure that you know a list of people that you have to call through a sequence, right? Have the list ready. Keep it simple, salesperson. They need to be touched, not be dazzled. Just make it simple. How are you? How are things with you? How's your family? Just a call to check in on you. Is everything okay? For the right price, is your property available for sale? Right? Are you looking at you buying something else? Is there anything I can do to help you with? So have that conversation with your clients consistently. That's when you put that consistency into test. And sometimes there will be nothing. They'll say, oh, I'm not interested. Thank you so much for the call. It could be a very short call, but it's the habit of consistency connecting with them, right? That makes a difference, right? And you never know, out of that 10 calls you make that week or 20 calls that you make that week, there will be one call and say, hey, I'm ready to buy something right now, right? So we don't know. So that's the goal of going through that motion is very important. So consistency is critical. Okay, know your cost. How much does it cost you to network? You may decide to spend more or less on your budget of prospecting or marketing. Prospecting should always be mainstay. It costs less too. So, as I said, events is something that I notice many people don't really do events. I like events because events to me, it creates a different value than most people. So if I create an event in the restaurant, in the cafe for 2 hours or 3 hours, I don't know whether you have ice cream shops here. Andy, do you have ice cream shops here in Philippines?
There's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And so ice cream, yogurt. Before the food trucks were quite popular, but it became a fad. Now it's not as popular as before.
Yeah, so you can go to an ice cream shop and say, hey, Mr. Ice Cream Shop owner, for the next 4 hours, I will pay for everyone's ice cream. I will just get all my database to come in. And ice cream is still cheaper than most things, right? So it's still more affordable to drink ice creams. Or coffee shop, all coffees all on me for the next 3 hours. Get everyone to come in. So these are things that you can do based on the budget that you can set so that you know that you can create that high impact touch. What we want to do is a high impact touch so that this touch can be something that could potentially connect you, seal the connection even better, right? So keep it systematic, customized to suit your needs. If it's about phone calls, events, and emails, keep it that way. If you think that's enough, keep it that way. If you don't like to put postcards, you don't like to have Mother's Day card, you don't like to have all these things, it's just Viber message, email, phone calls, events, 4 things. If you plan it systematically, that will work for you, right? So keep it as simple as possible so that it's easy for you to execute. If you do this consistently, I guarantee you will see success in your business. I guarantee you that, right? So networking to your circles, network to your lead generation strategy, allied resources, right? Your advocates, your core advocates. So are you talking to them consistently so that they can bring you more database and more contacts or more leads? Are you speaking to these people? Because whether you like it or not, some of these things that you do here is way cheaper than advertising. It's really way cheaper. It's really good prospecting. So are you spending enough time in your bets to help you build your business? Do you even have a system where you have a lot of bets inside? By the way, this is a research done on the very highly successful people in the $1 Billion Real Estate Agent book, right? Like Gary interviewed hundreds of agents that have a very, very clear systematic database that they talk to consistently. And this is what it is, right? So allied resources, remember, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So think of allied resources as partners in your business. If I refer enough business to you to do interior design, hey, did you refer any business for me? So have that conversation with your allied resources. Hey, I'm giving you 3 referrals for your interior design. Have you ever given me any referrals? We need to make this a win-win conversation. So that's important. So think of them as your business partners. If they are not willing to give you any referrals, maybe it's time for you to look for someone else, right? Don't just think about giving them referrals. Think about what can they give you as well. So there's a fair exchange over there, right? Working with allied resources, visit one-on-one with them several times a year. Educate them on how to communicate your value proposition. Remind your vendors that your business depends on their referrals, right? You have choices, exercise time wisely. So important to find allied resources that are aligned with you, that wants to give you business as well as you give them business. There are a lot of allied resources that potentially may not want to reciprocate, right? So this is where you need to be very clear who they are and who you spend your time with and who should you give your referrals to in order for you to gain that referral back from them. Okay. Networking in your categories, working with your advocates. Advocates are people who have done business with you in the past and have become raving fans, right? So don't entrust their loyalties to memory. Keep on connecting with them. Touch them regularly. Send them items of value. Meet with them about once a month. If you can meet them consistently, it'll be awesome. Why I like events? And events are for my advocates. Events are all for the people that love me, want to do business with me forever. Those events, I always ask them, you can come for the event, but the condition is, can you bring one guest for me to the event? Can you bring one new person so that I can meet one person? All I need your help is just bring one friend so that I can meet them. I can break the connection. So advocates are very important. Build that relationship, cement it. Always ask them. At one point in time, I used to ask my advocates, would you tag me in some of your posts? When it's related to real estate, would you tag me, please? Right? And I will tag you as well in your other businesses that you do. Right? Visit your advocate's business. It's very important. Every time an advocate opens a new business, open a new restaurant, open a new office or whatever, be there with them and advocate for them as well, so that they in return will advocate for you. So it's a win-win arrangement, right? Social media tagging is such a powerful thing to do right now. By just showing that you're associated with this person, it brings a lot of value, right? So the power of association is something that we should not underestimate. Right. Working with your core advocates. If advocates are your friend, core advocates are your concert promoters. They are well placed to provide you with a steady stream of qualified leads. Chart a call to develop a relationship with a specific core advocate. Provide them with the highest level of service and provide some sort of service in return. So think about this. A lot of times, core advocates are someone I would potentially build a referral system with them, or a referral reward system. For every successful referral case that I do with them, what's my reward to them? And sometimes the reward is not about money. I've sent people on the trip before. Look, thank you so much for giving me this referral. I close is a very, very big deal. Here's a trip to Korea. Sometimes when you do that to them, instead of just giving them money, it feels different. There's money anyone can give, but an experience in Korea, wow, for you and your husband, for 2%, go ahead. This is for you. That transaction that I did is way, way, way big, right? So stuff like that, right? So think about how can you work with your core advocates and create them some values. Say, if you bring me this amount of leads every year, I will send you to Korea for holiday. I will send you to summer holiday, right? I know Andy went to Switzerland to look at the Korea show, Crash Landing on DU site in Switzerland, right? Yeah, I'll send you to Switzerland, right? To go and see that, right? So that's something that you can consider doing if they can give you the number of referrals, right? Be clear about that program, right? Sometimes that kind of program is more valuable than cash. It's an experience. Okay, succeed through others, right? Imagine your network is 216 people. If you get 6 referrals per month, or 1 out of your network knows only 6 people, you will get 36 transactions a year. Or if everyone sends you 1 new lead or 1 new contact every year, you get 216 potential deals inside. So it's a mathematical formula. Do not underestimate this database thing, because it sounds very, very complex, but it's not. It's very simple, but it's just boring, right? So think about creating that database that can potentially double up or triple up by itself, because you are making that database work for you, right? If you can get 36 transactions from your database a year, that's a very good number of transactions, right? The way to ask for referrals is simple. You educate, you ask, or you give them a reward. Cash reward, gift reward. Trips is a very good reward. I would like to send you and your family for a holiday. If you can give me 3 referrals, 10 referrals, if 3 of them sell, I will let you know. You will get to go to X holiday. This year, I have a campaign to send my clients to Korea. I don't know how much it costs you to send clients to Korea here, but Korea seems to be the new happening place, right? Or I have a campaign to send my clients to Japan, and I hope you will qualify. So you do an incentive program for them, right? Versus give them money, right? Because this is more powerful than money. The experience of going to Korea, Japan has more value than money. So I did this actually in a program last time for a new project. All they need to do is just send me as many leads, share as many possible content on social media. Those who give me the most leads and have the best social media interaction, after a certain period of time, a campaign, they will get a trip to Korea. Actually did that program, and it worked. It worked. I sold 50% of the particular project in less than 6 weeks because I gave them a reward. I motivated people to take action. Right. So that's important, right? So educate them, ask them for referral, reward them for the referral that they give. Right. I promise you this is not difficult. It's a human nature of wanting to be rewarded and wanting different experiences. Right. I'm going to pause here for a while. Any other thoughts? Any ahas that you got from today? Anything to add, Andy? You are muted, Andy.
With just some actual application of what was discussed earlier. And this is something really practical because tomorrow we will have a networking activity, right? Is Robert here? Okay. With Robert, I actually call Robert a power connector. So tomorrow we're going to have our 13th RGS networking. See, this is also one of the an example of an event that Jonathan has mentioned. Every year we have this RGS networking event, and you gather some of the top brokers in Metro Manila, especially those who are specializing in high end. So tomorrow, some of us will be joining, some of us will be participating there. I've been there for the past 13 years and I've been speaking there. So tomorrow, look at it this way. A lot of us will be joining, but you should ask yourself, when you go to a networking activity, you should be well prepared. Should be well prepared. Do you look like somebody who people would want to approach and also meet and deal with? Do you dress professionally? Are you proactive? Don't expect people to, when you're sitting down, don't expect everybody to just approach you and then just ask you, right? So you have to learn how to be proactive and approach people. Okay. Now, but then you have to learn also your elevator pitch and what value do you offer. I've seen a lot of agents who are ready with their listings. What he does is that he goes around, oh, I have my listings, I have these listings. You know what? Nobody minds that person. And he's there almost every session. See, why? Because you don't even introduce yourself properly and then say, oh, here's my listing. You might need something, right? And then do you look professional? Do you speak professionally? So the slide earlier shows a very clear objective of what you should aim for. They should know you, they should like you, and they should respect you. That is how you should look like and how you should present yourself so that they will remember you. That's a main objective. Another aha or another example is the mind share. If we have a market share, you should have a mind share. If you do not present yourself in front of your target market, your clients, your network, your peers, your alliances, your advocates, you do not exist. And people are flooding this. You should be on their phones. People are flooding their feeds with their contents and also with their mind share. It takes a lot of, I don't know if you've noticed, but it takes a lot of effort actually to do this, especially right now. I don't really like posting, but you have no choice. You have no choice. You have to be there in the market. Maybe some of you have seen the different posts that I have. Sometimes I ride the bike, sometimes I cook, sometimes I play golf. Why? Because you want to also target these different markets, different interests. But then again, you want to get mind share. So if you're targeting at least to get the mind share from at least 3,000 to 5,000 people, every day, you will be in their minds. So you have to work on it two ways. You have to do marketing or do prospecting. You combine both. You combine both. Oh, by the way, I have a question, Jonathan.
Sure.
A lot of people here also find that it is simple, it is high contact, but it is not very easy. The calls, the phone calls. Gary is very big on that. Why is he emphasizing that? Because not so many people are comfortable with that. So when you call people, it doesn't have to be chatting with them for 30 minutes or an hour, right? 5 minutes. Now, my question is, what would be your advice? What would be your tips for a 5-minute, maybe a 5-minute phone call using the basic 4 conversations?
Actually, it may not even last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
So the question is, ask them, how's your family? The fourth conversation. F for family, O for occupation, right? R for recreation, D for dreams. So how's the job right now, John? How's the job in the Microsoft? Oh no, I moved on from Microsoft. Now I'm in Apple. Oh, great. So how's that going? So the conversation can be like that. By the way, how's the house? Everything okay in the house? Do you need any help? No, I don't need any help. I'm good. Great, awesome. I'm just calling to check in, make sure everything is okay. By the way, is there anybody that you think that I could serve that you know of in your new workplace? Please let me know. So that's a very simple conversation. I don't think it lasts more than 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
In all this
for those who missed it, what is that? The family, and then
so for F for family, maybe Hannah, you can write down the chat box. F for family, O for occupation, right? R for recreation, D for dreams. Hey, you told me that you wanted to go and take the trip to I don't know, to watch the football match in the Manchester. How was that? That was the dreams, right? So family, occupation, recreation, dreams. So ask questions like that. Have conversation on these 4 things consistently. And the conversation can be about 2-3 minutes. It won't be very long.
Nice.
It won't be very long. Because I honestly, I don't talk to my mother more than 5 minutes on the phone. Right? That's reality, right? Unless it's something very serious. But in general, we just have a high-bar conversation, just a touch point, and just ask the question, by the way, do you know anyone that need my help? That I can help them, just as how I help you in your real estate needs. Do you have anyone in your mind? If you have this, let me know. Right? So you say, oh yeah, maybe I got a friend. Let me ask him first before I let you know. Sure. Let me call back. Let me follow up with you tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Then you follow. The call is over. So
or do you have any property that you need help to sell or rent?
Correct. A simple question like that. Or for the right price, is your property for sale?
Okay.
Right? So make it simple, sweet and simple, so that we don't complicate matters too much, right? We don't complicate matters too much. Right? Awesome. I'm going to go through very quickly before we end. Educate people about you, the value you place, explain what you do if they have a referral, tell them what to do, how to refer to you, right? How do you educate them in person over the phone or in writing? Give them 3 steps of how do you pass me a referral. Okay, not everyone ask for referral. Ask them for referral. Like I just gave you a script, style a Ford script, right? And then you ask for referral. By the way, anyone else that I could support or anyone else that I can help you with in their real estate through your friends, all right? Who's that in your friends that I can help? Ask, right? Reward, give them the reward, recognize them. Have an event to recognize the people that has the top referrals to you. Give them back some referrals in their business. Help promote their business together with you, right? Those are important, right? Plan your rewards to a 32 touch point. If there is a plan inside there for them to get a referral, let them know in your 32 touches that there are some sort of reward available for them whenever they refer someone to you. Every referral gets a $20 voucher to Jollibee's. I don't know, something like that, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to stop here for a while. Any last thoughts, Andy? Before we end?
No, I think I've mentioned all the ahas that I have, but my just again final tip or last thoughts and reminders that everything sounds very interesting, very simple, but again, it's not easy. So it takes a while to build the habit. You see, reaching your goals, your long-term goals depends on how you hit your short-term goals, on how you hit your daily goals. If you are not doing your daily goals, it is going to be very hard, if not impossible, to hit your long-term goals. So daily goals, how many calls, how many contacts do you have to make? How many contacts do you have to feed your list? So daily goals, very, very important.
Right. Anyone got any ahas to share in the chat box? Any ahas, any questions you have? What are some of the things that you have learned today? Let's share them on the chat box, please. What are some of the things that you have learned from today's session? Anyone? Feel free to put in the chat box now. What are some of the ahas that you have learned? Right. While waiting for the ahas, can I have the announcement, please? Can I put the announcement, please? FIIFM, what's that? FIFM, what's that? If you want to know more about Keller Williams, please scan the QR code and you'll be in touch with somebody. What's FIFM? No idea what that is.
WIIFM. WIIFM. What's in it for me?
Yeah, the radio station. Yeah, good one, Patrick. Good one. Right. So I hope today has been a great learning to kickstart your week ahead. For those who are attending our session tomorrow with Robert, I hope you'll be there. And I think it's going to be a full day of power-packed sessions where we're going to learn and also connect with so many people. I was told it's a fully sold-out event. So stay tuned. And we will talk to you all next week. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Andy, for being there. We have a Power Talks session also on May 29th, this Thursday. So top producers will be there to share about how they are transacting and how they're doing well in their business. So we'll be hearing from Tess, Leo, Dennis, and Rich, Reggie, and Renee on their success in their business so far. So you will be help at the Peninsula Showroom. If you're interested, please scan that QR code earlier and then connect with us, or ask the person that joined you, that's kind of asked you to join this event, so that they can give you the link to come to that physical event on 29th of May from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. so you can hear from the top producers as well. So with that, thank you so much, Andy. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Take care.
Okay.